Hello Chelsea fans, how you doing? Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 0. Great performance on the opening day. Outstanding. The fact that we've actually scored 3 goals under Thomas Tuchel for the first time, and Romelu Lukaku sitting in the stands or quarantining wherever he is. Great performance. What did you guys think of the game? Let me know. Comment section below. Get involved. To all the regulars that have been involved, thank you for being involved in the chat. I just don't want to stream. I don't want to do any commentary on any dodgy streams on YouTube. I just don't want to be taken down, you know what I mean? So that's why I didn't get involved. I didn't get involved with the live commentary today. I will be doing the live commentary for the games on TV, so you've got the alternative commentary. But Chelsea take a great result. Great 3 points against Palace. Goals for Marcos Alonso, 26th minute. Christian Pulisic in the 40th minute. And then that man of the moment, Trevor Chalobah. Outstanding goal, I have to say. I made me notes as I was watching the game. Chalobah scored on 58. Brilliant goal from him. He's had a fantastic couple of days. And just absolutely outstanding. So, let me know what you guys think of the game. I'm sure you guys have watched it. You're now getting involved in the chat. Going to get involved and just let me know what you think. This is going to be something that I'm going to start doing on my channel. If I can't get the live stream up, obviously if the game's not being shown on TV in the UK, I'm not going to bring up a dodgy stream. So I'm going to do these live post-match shows as soon as the game's finished for an hour or so. I've got a newborn baby, so I need to try and manage my time with the wife as well. So let's get involved. So all the members that are currently on and everybody else, good to see you all. I'm going to start reading out some of your comments. I'm using the OBS. You guys can see the chat on there. If you want your chat highlighted, whack a super chat on and I'll try and read it out as much as possible. We're going to be on air till 6 p.m, just the hour live show. So get involved for an hour. Come and let me know what you think. And let's read some of these comments. So, Martin, that'll do well. Well done, boys. Paul says an excellent start to the season. Woodshed almost feel bad for Gurhey. Gampero, how are you? Very good win and performance. Still not convinced by Werner, a good start all the same. Werner was busy. Busy. They were trying to play him in on different occasions, trying to get the ball across. People are sort of having to pop it in, but Werner was outstanding again today. His movement is just he occupies defenders in a different way to what Lukaku does. Lukaku's going to occupy defenders for his brute force, whereas Werner will just do the opposite and just move them about, as he did Champions League final. It's not been too hard on Timo Werner. It's only the first day. Clean sheet. Richard, can someone tell me what it takes to sum out Werner? Apparently it's going to take a lot. Well, Lukaku will start next week. I think that's pretty clear. And then see what happens with Werner if he plays out wide or in behind. Batara, how are you? Get Kundi and Tuchel, then we'll be perfect. We don't need Kundi. Trevor Chalobah has come in and played outstanding the last 2 games. And his performance today and his goal was outstanding. Great goal. I'll talk you through the goals. I'll talk you through the moments of the game as well. I've made my notes while I'm sitting watching the radio coverage. Let's just say that. Welcome, Mr. Daft. Great game. Total domination. Who needs Kundi? Exactly. Lucas, yo, how are you? MCIG. Still needs a goal. His touch was shocking. Chalobah, this guy, I don't know if we still need Kundi. Exactly. Ending all high. CD. Richard, how are you? How are you? So it's a game today that could have been a dodgy game. Bearing in mind that we've got people that are still not 100% fit. We've got players that are still not. It's sort of battling back. Obviously, the situation with N'Golo Conte's injury, missing the game, forced Tuchel's hand to play Jorginho, who was outstanding today. I have to say, I think everyone played well. Everybody played fantastically well. And it was totally dominant. The Chelsea team, as we all know, was Mendy in goal. The back three was Rudiger on the left, Christensen in the middle, and it was Trevor Chalobah on the right-hand side. Aspi played right wing-back and Marcos Alonso left wing-back. In the middle was Jorginho and Kovacic. The 2 number 10s, Mason Mount and Christian Pulisic, and up front was Timo Werner. Changes in the game, let's just make a note of those just while we're here. Changes in the game, substitutions. Reece James come on for Aspi. Christian Pulisic come off for Kai Havertz. And it was only just those 2 subs from what I can remember, from what I saw anyway. So let's just have a look at more of these comments. Andrew, fantastic result over Chalobah, first goal in the league, on his debut. Meant a lot to him. You can see from his celebration it meant a lot to him. Richard says, worried a bit about the no midfield subs on the bench, but it worked out well. Did. Jorginho and Kovacic predominant, I have to say. Justin, what's up with Chilwell? He's just not fit yet, and I think Tuchel's picking his moments. We have to remember Chelsea's next games, the next 5 games coming up. Honestly, we've got Arsenal, Liverpool, Villa, Tottenham, Man City. So we have to just make sure that obviously we're managing players. And don't forget we're in 5 competitions between now and the end of the season. So it's all about managing players' workloads. Robert, what a great game. Thank you again. Go Chelsea. Brian, even Chelsea, how are you? I'm good. I'm really good, thank you. And it was a good performance. Dominant performance from Chelsea, which was great to see. KB, we've got to sell Werner before the window closes. Why have we got to sell Timo Werner? Martin, I was thinking about that about Chilwell. Dara, huge progress. Not only we were dominant in possession, but we scored goals too. Something we struggled a bit last year. And we did. And we struggled last year to score those goals, and Lukaku's not even involved yet. Maybe a bit of a wake-up call. Damien, how are you? Do you think Marcos Alonso will feature more this season? I think he will. I think there'll be rotation this year, more than last season, because of the amount of competitions, as I'm saying, that we're involved with this season. Martin, nice to see you, Mr. Daft. Yeah, nice to see you too, mate. Good to see you as well. Ice Cold, how are you? Absolutely bossed it today. A great start it was. Joel, hello, how are you? Bastian, Tuchel likes Alonso, but Chile will get back in the team. Timo Werner should be the one to go, not Tammy. Timo Werner's not appreciated by some Chelsea fans. I understand that. Everyone's got an opinion, but for me, I think he's outstanding. Works hard, does the job. And he as I say, he occupies defenders. He makes runs that takes defenders away to create space for other people. Let's have a look at Matt P. How are you? Where do you think Aspi rates amongst Chelsea captains? Continue to impress me. Hello from California. Hello, Matt P. How are you? Aspi's been great, hasn't he? I sort of criticised him a couple of seasons ago, saying he wasn't that vocal, but he's proved me wrong. I think Aspi's been outstanding as a captain, and he's getting on for 10 years at this club. By the end of this season, he's been here 10 years. Brilliant player for us. And what was it, 7 million we signed him for? Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Patara, I love how the whole team happy surrounding Chalobah after the goal. They did, or Chalobah. They did. And it meant the world to him, his goal. His goal, let's just talk you through the goals. Let's just go through the goals while we're here. I mean, Chelsea had a number of chances. 6 minutes, Aspi as a shot over the bar. 10 minutes in, Christian Pulisic, a header that was saved by the goalkeeper from close range. Kovacic had a shot deflected on 12 minutes away for a corner. Mason Mount free kick was punched away by the goalkeeper on 14 minutes. The Chelsea goal, 26 minutes. And let's just read these other comments. Hold on. Richard, I was a little bit worried at the beginning because we looked like we were sluggish. Once the first goal went in, we hit overdrive going forwards, and we did. So the Alonso goal, free kick. Chelsea were being fouled outside the box. Palace were just putting legs in and clipping players and giving away numerous free kicks in the game. And the ball was right at centre. It was right at centre, and Marcos Alonso, Mason Mount over it. Marcos Alonso left foot into the corner. Goalkeeper didn't even move. Absolute perfect free kick from Alonso, and that gave us the lead 1-0. On 30 minutes, I've made a note here saying that we were totally dominant, but we also need a second goal. That was on 30 minutes as I'm making my notes watching the game, the radio coverage. 40 minutes, we get another goal. We get the second goal. Great move from Chelsea. Down the right-hand side, Mount's heavily involved, and he crosses the ball low into the near post where Werner makes his run. The keeper comes out. The keeper dives and palms the ball away in front of Werner, but he can't actually keep hold of it. He's got to palm it away, and as he does, it goes into the path of Christian Pulisic, who's following up. As he did Super Cup the other day, was it Super Cup? Was it Champions League final? One of them. Super Cup. He followed up and he fired wide. He did it today. He followed up and he buried the ball in the bottom corner. Great finish from Christian Pulisic. 5 minutes for half time, which gives Chelsea a 2-0 lead. Cruising, dominant, comfortable. Palace, Zaha, honestly, didn't offer anything. Wilfried Zaha didn't at all. Benteke only come on as a sub second half. They were toothless up front, you have to say. They got a bit more involved second half towards the end, but nothing of real note. Mendy had to make a save, but it was comfortable. His body was behind the ball, standing up, just saved a header from across from coming in the box, and Ayew got the header in. Let's just have a look here. So Timo Werner from a Alonso cross into the side netting just before half-time. So that was half-time 2-0. Chelsea come out second half and again, coming forward, bossing the play through midfield. Jorginho provides a great ball over the top to Marcos Alonso, volleys the ball low. Goalkeeper saves it on 47 minutes. I've got just notes on here. Zaha through on goal. Goalkeeper and Rudiger gets back in and makes a great challenge on Zaha. I said they were toothless. He did get in that one time, but Rudiger stood up, didn't dive in, made a great challenge. That was on 53 minutes. The resultant corner was a poor shot from Sloop that went wide. Benteke only come on 56 minutes, which was interesting for me because I thought they'd go with him, the big man up front. Didn't. As I say, 58 minutes, this is when we got the third goal. Trevor Chalobah. Chelsea have possession on the left-hand side, working it between Jorginho, Kovacic, Mount, Alonso. It comes to Kovacic and he feeds the ball out wide right to Chalobah. About halfway inside their half on the right of centre. He takes a touch forward and the Chelsea fans are calling for him to shoot. He takes the touch, he looks up and he fires a ball from 25 yards into the bottom corner, in off the post, the opposite corner. Goalkeeper beaten. Brilliant goal to make it 3-0. And it's, to be fair, it's exactly what Chelsea deserved, you have to say, with our dominant play. And it was a brilliant goal from Chalobah. It meant the world to him. As somebody said in the chat there, everyone surrounded him, everyone celebrated with him, and great result and great goal from Chalobah. From that moment on, as I say, the RU header was about 4 minutes later, 62 minutes. Substitutions were made. The final sub, was Emerson. He come on for Alonso, 85 minutes. The subs for Chelsea that weren't used today were Kepa, Thiago Silva, Ben Chilwell, Kurt Zouma, Hudson-Odoi and Tammy Abraham. You're allowed to name 9 subs, but of course the Premier League enforced this rule where you can only bring on 3, not 5, which is a joke really. So, as I say, the subs were James for Aspi, Pulisic off, Kai Havertz on, and Emerson for Alonso. So we've got a week now to prepare for the game against the Arsenal next weekend after their result last night. Should be interesting. Let's read some more of these comments. Bastian says Callum's future could be in limbo. Not necessarily. Just think the amount of games we've got. We're in 5 competitions and we've plenty of games this season. We're going to need the whole squad. Nico liked the game, obviously, and starts to like Alonso, he says. Bastian wants the same result against the Arsenal. Of course, we all do. Richard, CD, what was the Chelsea possession in the game? Let's have a look at what the possession was. Let me bring up the live stats. Hold on. Stats, Chelsea possession was 63% compared to Crystal Palace 37. 13 attempts on goal, 6 on target compared to their 4 and 1. Chelsea 5 corners, Palace 2. What else was any bookings? Let's have a look on here. I don't think there was any cards. I think there might have been a card or 2. Doesn't actually show. Yeah, so Chelsea were completely dominant, absolutely dominant, and it was a great performance and a great result heading into these big games against the Arsenal. As I said, Arsenal, Liverpool, then Villa, who's had a shocker today, Aston Villa. Aston Villa were there selling Jack Grealish and investing big money on 3 big players to go in and get thumped by Watford at Watford. I think it finished 3-1. Villa, they got to be gutted with that. They really have. Then we face Tottenham and then we face Man City. In about 20 minutes' time, Norwich are going to kick off against Liverpool. Billy Gilmour starts for Norwich. Great to see. Liverpool's team is not their strongest, obviously because of the fitness levels, but maybe a chance for Norwich to really go at Liverpool. Dick Van Dijk's back in their team, but Billy Gilmour starts for Norwich, which is great to see. Let's just have a look on here. Richard, last thing we'll comment for a while, but one thing is still frustrating. The crazy amount of backwards passing we still have between midfield and defence. It might be nothing. Richard, I do get your point 100%. There were times where we were so dominant and Palace were getting back in a defensive shape. We didn't have the out ball forward, so we just go backwards to keep on the possession because they were shutting us down in the middle. But I do get your point. We do need to improve on that 100%. Raymond wanted us to score 4. Obviously, Man United beat Leeds 5-1 earlier in the day in the early kickoff. It was 1-1. About a couple of minutes into the second half, then United just took over, finished 5-1. They're going to be top of the league tonight. Alonso, how are you? If Tuchel picks and supports Timo, why are fans not showing the same faith in him? He picked Kepa and won 2nd trophy. Trust the manager. Exactly. Steve, good luck. Billy Gilmour, do us a favour for Norwich and beat Liverpool. Exactly. I think we all hope that he does play well. First of all, he plays well, and obviously that we beat that Norwich beat the Dippers. But Tyler, no, they've not played yet. They're playing 20 minutes. Ice cold, how are you? Jorginho's playing with so much confidence at the top of his game at the moment. He is, I have to say. And the Chelsea fans have got a song for him to the tune of the Antonio Conte song. They were singing his name. First time I've heard that. And that's quite key, really. Matt P, what makes this even better is the Arsenal result. The Arsenal result last night, they were woeful, weren't they? Absolutely shocking, the Arsenal. And with Lukaku coming back into the team, with people that we've got, like people that have been rested, Havertz, for example, rested tonight, Hudson-Odoi. Obviously, Tammy doesn't get a look in again today. It looks as though he's had talks with Roma and he could be off this week, Tammy. There's talk of between 34 to 38 million transfer fee agreed. Let's see what happens. Dale, good to see you in, mate. Good to see you, and Martin, again. Zivo Genius, big game, big win. It was a great result for us. A real good result for us. And you have to say, I mean, all the Chelsea players played well. There's nobody off form. Everyone played well. And you have to say that Chalobah again, what a goal. What a finish from Chalobah. Absolutely outstanding. Outstanding. So let me know more comments, people. What do you think of the result? What do you think of the Arsenal game coming up next week? Falola says we need to retain Abraham or Batshuayi as the second striker. Now, Batshuayi looks like he's off to Besiktas. Tammy could be off, as I say, to Roma. Now, if we do sell both, expect Kai Havertz to be used as a striker or somebody in that area. Obviously, we're hoping that Lukaku stays fit all season, occupies that place, fights or rotates with Werner, or Werner plays in behind him, or we can even switch to a 4-3-3, play three up front. Have to wait and see. Richard, all about last comment. Can we start petitioning to have Jorginho? And I think Alonso changed their hair colour back. Deary me. Thiago Silva done it. He's done it as well, isn't he? Thiago Silva. What are they doing? I've still got issues with my chair, by the way. Paul, Tammy's definitely going. That's why he hasn't played. Fair play. I think he'll probably go. I think the fact he's not getting a look in. I mean, there's games where you've got like you're 3-0 up and cruising. First time we've scored 3 goals under Thomas Tuchel. And we're cruising. You want to see us go and score sort of 4 or 5. If anything, look at my notes. So Chalobah scored on 58 minutes. We still had over half hour to go. We got in good positions, just couldn't find that final ball where they made some important blocks or the goalkeeper got in the way. Like to see us really kick on. But the 3-0 was great. But of course, Tammy doesn't get his look in. So it looks as though he will be on his way. Patara says AFC are a joke, the most meme-worthy club. Adele believes that we'll do the Arsenal. Big Romin for that game. Martin is really on the way out. I wonder. I don't think Rudiger will be. I think he's going to keep his place. I think that Thomas Tuchel trusts him 100%. He has done since he's come into the club, and I think that's never going to change. Patches, is there any need for getting Kundi now? I don't think there is, to be fair. Why would you go and spend loads more money on someone who's got to get used to the life in the Premier League? Okay, he's a talent, but so is Chalobah. And you look at Chalobah, Trevor Chalobah, or Chalobah, however, I'm just going to call him Chalobah. Let's just do that. And that is a perfect example of someone that comes back to the club from being on loan at Ipswich. He played different positions at the back and in midfield. He comes back into Chelsea for pre-season and he works hard and he's rewarded with a chance in pre-season. He impresses so much in pre-season that he's then given up opportunity, bearing in mind other players are not 100% fit, or there might be a lack of trust with Kurt Zouma, for example. So he's given an opportunity in the Super Cup final and plays fantastically well. Man of the match. So he's given a start today. And he plays fantastically well again, gets his debut goal, absolute screamer from 25 yards. So why on earth would you want to go and spend more money on somebody like Kundi? Give Chalobah the go this season. If you're going to sell Kurt Zouma, then stick Chalobah in there. But Zouma didn't get a look into that, obviously. I've spoken about the subs didn't come on. Chilwell, for example, Silva, Hudson-Odoi, Tammy, Kepa, obviously. Yeah, so 9 subs. You can only bring 3 on, remember? They've reverted back to 3 this year, which is just ridiculous. Did they change it to 5? I can't remember. I know Champions League was 5, wasn't it? Anyway, let's read more of these comments. Thank you for joining, people. Come and get involved. Welcome along, everyone. Let's just have a look. More and more. This is now going to be something that's new and will be after every game that's not televised for Chelsea. We're doing this live post-match show. I might start using a different platform so I can get you more involved, you guys. So if you're subscribers, if you're channel members and you want to get involved and get on and have your say on the video or whatever, then get involved and just send me an email, chelseadaftmail@gmail.com, and get involved. Okay. Nikhil says, do you think Lukaku will start next week? 100%. 100% he will. Woodshadow, Tammy isn't playing because he won't be risked for injury. That's a good shout. That's a very good shout, especially if you're going to be sold. Richard, if we get rid of Tammy, who do you think will be our third striker if something happens? I think it'll just be Havertz, if need be. I think you might see rotating between Lukaku, Werner and Havertz, maybe. Andrew Mount had a great game. He did. Mason Mount played fantastically well, played really well. Batara, Tammy's clause when getting back with buyback is 55 million. I think it's around 55, 60 million, but yeah, the buyback clause has been inserted, which is good, which indicates that Chelsea want to keep an eye on him, I have to say. Patches doesn't want Kunde now, want a midfielder. What midfielder do you want, Patches? Let me know in the comments. Raymond, if Rudiger gets injured, who will replace him, or Thiago Silva will come in? There's one. Zuma. There's 2. Alonso, no excuse for us to drop points against Arsenal this time. No slip-ups, exactly. We dropped points against them last year, end of the season, and Villa and Brighton. Big result for Brighton today. 1-0 down at Burnley. Burnley hit the post twice in the first half. Brighton hit back twice second half and win the game 2-1. Everton the same. Everton go goal down against Southampton, come back, fight back and win 3-1 second half. Rafa the Gaffer's debut as manager for Everton. They fought back and won. From what I was watching the other game, I think Leicester have beaten Wolves from what I can understand. So some good results today. Good results. Let's have a look on it. Falala says, I think we need Declan Rice as Conte's substitute and a central defender. Okay, I don't think we need him as a defender. I think he'll be a midfielder, but is he going to come? Will Chelsea still push for Declan Rice to another 100 million maybe? Ice Cold is confident but cautious against the Arsenal. They've had the better of us recently regardless of their form. They do. They have. Richard, how are you? Missed my commentary. My commentary's back next week for the Arsenal. So the televised games, my commentary will be back and you guys will be able to watch or hopefully listen to my commentary as alternative commentary to the dross on TV. Stu, how are you? I think Timo was super unlucky today. He was involved heavily in the second goal. He's either unlucky or having a bad day. I think that's the most part. I think that the fact that he continues working hard and making his runs, selfless for the team. I love Timo Werner. And Dallas is going to be an interesting season. Definitely it will be. Patches wants Tuchel or Kamara. Okay. Hey, Daft, tell us about the Havertz applause. Did you sing Belinda Carlisle? No, I didn't. I didn't sing Belinda Carlisle. Martin, he agrees with me. Declan Rice, David Moyes wants too much money. West Ham do. He's their captain. We'll hold on to him. Up Blues, up the Chelsea fans. Exactly, for Lola. Exactly. Chelsea started the season with a great 3-0 win against Crystal Palace and a potential banana skin. Patrick Vieira's South London revolution has sort of stalled a bit. I have to say that Palace were very sort of negative today. Their tactics they played. They started with a new signing up front. I can't remember what his name was alongside Wilfried Zaha, but they sort of played this 4-3-3 formation that didn't really work for them. Chelsea dominated them first half, completely dominated the game, and they were chasing it. Part of the commentary that I heard on the radio stream was that Palace were chasing shadows, and that's the best way you can describe the first half. There was moments in the second half that come out, and they got in our faces a little bit. As I said, a couple of chances in the second half, which Mendy dealt with easily. But, I mean, they were negative today, Palace. They really were. And Vieira's got a lot of work to do down there, I have to say. A lot of work to do. Okay, Alonso, no room for negativity from fans. We know Tuchel is a team sticking together and we should too. Exactly. Simeon, how are you? How many goals do I think Lukaku will score this season? Over 20. Definitely. With this Chelsea team, the chances that we create or the good positions we get into, it's got to be at least 20. And hopefully, he'll take the burden off Timo Werner. So if Werner plays in the same team as Lukaku, coming out from that left-hand side, it'll take the burden off of Timo Werner, and hopefully the weight off his shoulders, and he can get back to scoring and doing what he does. Dara, do you think Werner will play alongside Lukaku, or will Werner be benched? I think there'll be times when there'll be one or the other. I think there'll be times when Werner will play on the left-hand side, like you might. Today we saw Mount and Pulisic. We might see Werner in there, but maybe in a different formation, 4-3-3, as I said earlier. But I think initially it'll be one or the other. Kelvin, how are you? Chalobah's performance was outstanding. We don't need Kundi. We do not need him at all. Alonso, how good is Declan Rice in comparison to Conte? I see Conte getting injuries more often this season. Who is his best substitute? That's the biggest problem, isn't it, Alonso? We had that last season. We had, as I keep saying about our squad last year, and so far this season, lopsided. 3 left wing backs or left backs. We've got only 3 central midfielders. I know we've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who was on the bench today, but he can come in and be that 4th midfielder. You got Ethan Ampadu not involved as well. We'd probably go out on loan. Drinkwater's obviously Deadwood and he's going to go. No disrespect to him, but can't see him getting in. So Declan Rice, if he comes in, would you then switch it up and play 4-3-3? Play Conte at the base of the midfield with 2 box-to-box midfielders, or would you play? So you'd play Kovacic and Conte with Jorginho in behind, or Conte with Kovacic and Loftus-Cheek, or Rice. I guess we have to wait and see what's going to happen for the end of the window. My chair keeps moving down, by the way. Steve, are we saying runners up this year, or can we dare to dream of winning the league? I think we should dream of winning the league, 100%. If you look at the performances at the end of the season, ignore the Villa defeat, ignore the Arsenal defeat, and you also ignore the draw at Brighton. We beat all of our rivals for top 4 last season. We beat Man City 3 times. And that was with a lack of goals. I think now you've got Lukaku there. Got to be. We've got to be dreaming of winning the league. 100%. 100%. Stu, isn't it a bit early to go for Rice since Cove and George have been in good form? They have. They've both been in good form, but with the amount of games and competitions we've got coming up, 5 competitions, we need cover in that area, in the middle of midfield. We've only got 3 at the moment. You can't really see. I mean, hopefully Loftus-Cheek will be the 4th one, considered at least, but if they do, I mean, they do need a natural defensive-minded midfielder. Kovacic is sort of converted. Jorginho is better with the ball at his feet. He's not really defensive. Conte is the only one that we got. Andrew, all-round good performance today from the boys, and we ain't got to worry about Arsenal. We've got Lukaku. Exactly. Simeon, what do I think the best front 3 for Chelsea, including Lukaku? You'll be looking at, obviously, Lukaku, Hakim Ziyech, and either Pulisic on the left or Werner on the left. That's what I'd say. Because by saying that, you're looking at 3-man midfield, 2 box-to-box midfielders. You're looking at Mount. You're looking at Havertz, obviously. We'll have to wait and see. But I said earlier, you've got Kovacic, you've got Conte. The good thing is Chelsea's got great options. Kelvin says, do you see us playing with a 4-2-2-2 formation with Timo and Lukaku up front? It's an option. We can still play this same competition. I'm reading a comment from Martin. All the competitions, what one? We can still play the 3 at the back with the two wing backs and the 2-man midfield. We can just play 1 number 10 in behind 2 strikers. So we just adjust the formation slightly up front. It's an option. 2 up front is definitely an option. So yeah, Martin said out of the competitions, which one? For me, it's got to be obviously Premier League, because that's where your bread and butter is. And then obviously trying to defend the Champions League trophy. But Premier League is first and foremost. That's our bread and butter. That's what we need to win back. And then obviously, hopefully, Champions League as well. And then a couple of domestic cups. And then obviously the Club World Cup. That'd be fantastic. Stu, I think our best attack in 3 heavily depends on the opponent. Look back at our 2 games at Atletico Madrid. Exactly. 100% agreed, Stu. Exactly. Alonso, when Klopp won your Champions League, Super Cup and World Club Cup, he was labelled a great. If Tuchel does the same, is he our greatest ever? Oh, that's a question, Alonso. That is a question, isn't it? Deary me. That's a question. But Tara, today and yesterday, Chalobah never made a simple mistake whatsoever. He didn't make a mistake at all. Played really well, Chalobah. Outstanding performance. Drop a like on this video for me, people, while we're here. And make sure, obviously, subscribe. If you're the first time here, welcome. This is part of a new post-game show this season for games that are not being televised. The televised games, I'll do the live match commentary, the alternative commentary from the Chelsea perspective, and that's going to be obviously the Arsenal game coming up next week. Live match commentary will be back on this channel. Make sure you get involved. Some people watch it on the TV but turn the sound off and listen to me because it's Chelsea. We don't listen to the other dross on the TV. Martin, big old thumbs up, exactly. Get involved in the chat, people. Come and have your say on the game. Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 0. Big 3 points. Goal scorers Alonso, Christian Pulisic, Trevor Chalobah, and the likes of Kepa, Silva, Chilwell, Zuma, Hudson-Odoi and Tammy. Left on the bench, didn't get involved. Kai Havertz come on. Reece James come on. 66 minutes. Havertz come on for about 10 minutes. Emerson come on for Alonso with about 5 minutes to go. There was only 2 minutes of injury time in the game, which was interesting considering that Palace made a couple of subs and we made 3. But I guess it was a game where the game was over. Pretty much the referee just wanted doing and getting home. So that's fair enough. So get involved anyway. So Stu says, why wasn't the game televised? I watch it normally. You're outside of Europe. Yeah, exactly. In the Premier League in England, or in England, they can only show a certain amount of games that are televised. Alonso, just to confirm, the games that are on TV in the UK, I will be doing the commentary for. The only game I won't be is Liverpool, because I'll be hopefully getting drunk that day, wetting the baby's head. But, so I will be doing live commentary for the televised games. I can't risk my channel by commentating on a dodgy live stream on the internet, because it's plain to see that I'm doing that, illegal streams and all stuff like that. I'm not going to get involved in all that. I want to maintain the integrity of my channel. So for the games that are not televised on Sky or BT in the UK, that are Chelsea games, I'll be doing this sort of post-match show. You guys can still get involved. You guys can still have your say as you're doing now. It's like an hour and a bit show between 5 and 6, obviously for the 3 o'clock kickoffs. In the evening, it'll be obviously between 9:45 and 11, for example. So Alonso, I will be doing live commentary for the game. I will be back here next weekend for the Arsenal game, giving Chelsea live commentary. Dogbone, how are you? Good start to the city. It was a great start to the season, big time. Paul says, our team spirit seems really tight. I love the way they all celebrated Chalobah's goal. I said it in my little live stream yesterday. Thomas Tuchel was talking about the transfer window and talking about the signing of Lukaku in his pre-match press conference yesterday. And what he said was quite key, actually. He said about our group, and he said our group is special. Very rarely do you have a group like this. And so he wants to protect the group with players that are coming in. They've got to be of a certain personality. They've got to be able to fit in with the current group and not cause any disruption. And I just thought that was quite key. And obviously he spoke about the fact that Lukaku's coming in. Lukaku fits that profile, and he fits the profile of being a striker that can play up with his back to goal. But I just wonder, was that a little dig at someone called Erling Haaland and his entourage? Maybe. I reckon it might have been. Kelvin, Alonso's really made it difficult for Chilwell and Emerson. I think if one goes, it'll be Emerson. I think Alonso will stay. Alonso's worth to the squad is bigger than Emerson's. Alonso, free kick specialist, gets in the box, creates chances, scores goals. He's got to be in. He's got to be in ahead of Emerson, and I think Emerson will go. So it's between Chilwell and Alonso. Alonso done himself no harm with his performance today and his goal again. Great free kick, left foot, right into the corner with the goalkeeper just standing watching it. Brilliant goal it was. Absolutely brilliant. Martin, no, he won't be labelled a great because they don't like us and they're totally biased towards certain teams. Yeah. You have to say so, Mar. Stu, have a good day to yourself. Thanks for getting involved in the chat. Make sure you subscribe as well and drop a like on the video. So the channel members, subscribers, it's important that we discuss the games, which is why I'm going to do these post-match shows. So make sure, if you know when Chelsea are playing, if they're not on the TV in the UK, then just look out for the link on here. I'll let you guys know we're doing a post-match show. And you guys can come and get involved and have a chat and obviously let me know what you think. But I'll tell you one thing about this community. You guys are all outstanding. I could see the chat going on while the game was going on, and that's brilliant to see. You guys are outstanding. Alonso, Tuchel worked with big egos like Neymar and Mbappe. We don't have a superstar. We've got a team of stars. Conte is a model example to the team. 100%. Absolute 100%. There's no big egos in this Chelsea squad. You have to say there's no big egos at all. And maybe a certain Mr. Haaland may have a bit of an ego or a big head because a lot of people are blowing smoke. As we know. As we all know. But I did say, I said on this channel all along, we're never going to sign him because they're not going to pay his dad and Raiola 34 million. That was never going to happen. So, I've got to turn my gain down. The volume might be a bit too loud. Just turn it down. It shouldn't be too bad now. Yeah, Ice Cold, I saw that. Nice to see Lukaku tweeting the team today. You can tell he can't wait to get stuck in. Exactly. And by all accounts, he's quarantined until Monday, and then after that, he's free to get involved, and he'll be joining the team with training. And I think Tuchel has already said that he will be involved, and he will be on the pitch against the Arsenal, whether he starts or whether he's on the, on the bench, I should say. Get me what? I'm too busy reading comments as I'm saying that. But Tara, and we've got a wonderful captain. We do. Asp, outstanding. Richard. City have less games to comment on as its political use, critical thinking. I want to do live commentary, but I just don't want to do it on a dodgy stream where it's going to affect the integrity of my channel. I don't want my channel to be pulled. I've built my channel up, and it's up to over 17,200 subscribers now. And thank you guys so much for that. I just don't want to do anything to risk my channel. So I'd much rather we come on and all together because we know it's going to happen. If I'm not doing a commentary, jump on straight as soon as the game finishes and we'll get involved together. We discuss it. You can all have your say. But obviously, when the games are on TV in the UK, on Sky and BT, there will be commentary, live commentary from me, starting with the next live game on Sky or BT. I think it's Sky, Arsenal. Chelsea, Arsenal at the Emirates next week. Humbled Arsenal after being beaten by Brentford. So, interesting. Abdish says Jorginho was on a mission today. He was. He played fantastically well, didn't he, Jorginho? You have to say. You have to agree with him. Alonso, we don't need Haaland to be champions. This is a team of champions, exactly. Patara, Conte and Jorginho for Ballon d'Or. Who do you think would win it between those two, Conte and Jorginho? Does Jorginho win the Euros with Italy? Swing it. I can't even believe I'm having a conversation about Jorginho being Ballon d'Or. Let's just say that. Mates of mine be going mad. But let's get involved, people. Get involved in the chat. I'm here till 6 p.m. We've got 25 minutes to go. Lionel Joe says, when am I having you? When are you having me on the channel? Well, you're on it now. You're on the chat. Come and have your say. Lionel, come and have your say, mate. So let's just go through the. Let's have a look here. Let's bring up the old. Let's bring up the results today, Premier League results, and let's just get involved with those. So the results today in the Premier League were as follows: Man United 5, Leeds 1. The early kickoff. Burnley 1, Brighton 2. Burnley were 1-0 up at half time. Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 0. Have we mentioned that? Chelsea were up 2-0 at half-time. Goals from Alonso, Christian Pulisic. Third goal in the second half from Trevor Chalobah. An absolute screamer. Make sure you follow me on social media. Follow me on Twitter at Chels Daft. Chels Daft. That's C-H-E-L-S. Don't have the E-A on the end. I've tweeted out the footage of each of those goals, so make sure you check those out. Everton 3, Southampton 1. Southampton were 1-0 up at half time. Everton fight back second half. Leicester beat Wolves 1-0. Watford beat Villa 3-2 in the end. And Norwich are currently 0-0 with Liverpool. Billy Gilmour is playing. So I appreciate people are going to be watching the Norwich game and Liverpool. Norwich against Liverpool, obviously, because Billy Gilmour's playing. I understand that. So if you are, but you still got this on listening to me waffle, then great. Thank you so much for doing that. Richard, Alonso, you're right. We only want players who want to play for Chelsea. Exactly. Remember Haaland said we weren't big enough. Batara, I think Messi's got it. What, the Ballon d'Or? Yeah, again, yeah. Woodshed, I can't see Timo, Kai, Mason, Christian, or anybody else too happy in the dressing room if Haaland come in and got thrice the wages. Plus, Daddy Haaland and Raiola get by half of Ibiza on our expense. Exactly. 34 million they want between the two of them as part of that deal. That's why Chelsea were never going to sign him. Chelsea wouldn't pay Raiola 4 million for Lukaku when Lukaku went to Man United. Not going to pay him 34 million now. Matt P, how do I think Tammy will do in Roma if he goes? He'll score goals, won't he? Tammy will always score goals no matter where he goes. Because that's what Tammy Abraham does. So he's proven that he does it in the Premier League as well. It's just a shame that it just doesn't work out. But the only thing I'd say with Tammy is, I've said it before, he needs to do much more. He needs to hold the ball up better. He needs to link the play better. He needs to be much better in the air as well. And he was given opportunities by Thomas Tuchel early when Tuchel first arrived last season. He didn't impress, did he? There was a number of times he come off at half time because he wasn't fitting as to how Thomas Tuchel wanted to see the front man play. So hopefully Tammy stays, but I think it's looking more like he's going to go. Martin, how did Mason play? Did he look tired? He didn't. Mason Mount looked great today. Played really well. Back to his, as he normally is, Mount. Busy, as always, looking to be probing passes, making runs off in the channels. Mount was good today, really good. Len, how are you? Good result. Come on, you Blues. Exactly. I'm just saying here we're on 10 minutes since Norwich 0, Liverpool 0. So, as I say, I'm on for another 20 minutes. I'm on between just after the game finished till 6 p.m. UK time. I go back in and spend time with my little boy. So that's what I'm doing. So if there's just a recap for all the members of the channel and the subscribers, if there's no coverage of the Chelsea game on BT or Sky in the UK, I will do these post-match shows straight after the game's finished for an hour or so for you guys to come and have your say. Us have a bit of a chat and a bit of banter. If the game is shown live in the UK, apart from the Liverpool game coming up in a couple of weeks' time, then I will be doing match commentary as normal, as I did last season, ball-by-ball coverage, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But that's why there was no commentary today. I'm not going to risk the integrity of my channel by doing a stream by looking at some dodgy stream and commentating on that, because it will be clear and obvious that I'm using a stream that's not recommended, let's just say that, in the UK. So I'd much rather do these live post-match shows for you guys to come and get involved in, rather than just endanger the integrity of my channel. Okay, so Batara, Mourinho doesn't like nonsense. She never made a bid for Haaland. Dale says, just a great win today. It was just a great win. If you're new to this stream, come and get involved and come and say hello. Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 0. Just going to keep an eye on the Norwich-Liverpool game while we're doing this. 55 likes so far, thank you. I know there's not many people in, but that's fine. Going to start doing this as the season sort of moves on, and hopefully we can all get involved, and the numbers will go up, which will be great. Mezzi, exactly. And I think the fact that Tammy didn't get on, but I mean, Woodshed made a good point earlier that he's been protected not to get injured, because obviously he's got the a move on the cards to Roma, maybe. Andrew Chelsea put pressure on City already. What score? What Sunday? What City Tottenham? City should beat Tottenham easily. Let's be honest. I think City could do them 2 or 3, maybe 4. Dale, what do you think on the? What do you think on the win? On the win, Liverpool-Norwich. Liverpool's team. Let's just have a look at this team, by the way. I mean, it's not full strength. Let's just say that. Billy Gilmour starts for Norwich, by the way. But Liverpool's team, Alisson, Smikas, Matip, Van Dijk, Alexander-Arnold. Their midfield is Oxlade-Chamberlain, Keita and Milner. With Jota, Salah and Mane up front. It's not exactly first team, is it? So, come on. Come on, Norwich. Do a job. Paul, there will be commentary, as I say, will be commentary for the next game, the Arsenal game. Martin Grubbs up. See you all next week. Enjoy dinner. Richard, if there's no game to comment on, we'd love to see your post views. Anyway, thank you, Richard. Appreciate it. Dale, hopefully, Norwich. Right, Dale's off as well. No problem at all, Dale. Thanks for joining and getting involved. Everybody else, come and get involved in the chat. Come and get involved. Let me know what you think of the game today. Gampero's in from Italy. Great win today. Team already clicking nicely. Even Emerson got a few minutes. Exactly. He got 5, didn't he? Gampero, what do you think of Jorginho and Emerson for Italy in the Euros? It pains me to ask, but, you know. Woodshadow, let's hope for a Pookie party at Carrow Road. Woodshadow comes up with a great comment, doesn't he? Ice Cold, do you see Klopp call Gilmour the biggest talent from Scotland in the last 50 years? I haven't, but I do agree with him 100%. Matara, Gilmour's enjoying playing against their midfielders. Yeah, I'm not watching the game at the moment. When I finish up this stream, I'm going to go in and catch the end of the game. Matara, Royalin, how are you? Awesome performance, and what a goal. It was from Chalobah. Outstanding goal. Follow me social media. My Twitter handle is Chels Daft, without the EA on the end of Chelsea. Chels Daft. And I've retweeted the actual goals, so you can see the footage of the actual goals if you want. Uday, how are you? Are we still going to go for Koundé after a performance from Chalobah? We were discussing it earlier, and I don't think we should. I think we should stick with Chalobah. He's coming. He's been outstanding. Gampero. Andrew, like your post-match, Chelsea. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Really, really do. Hopefully, share this link for this stream for me, people. Share it out there so more people see it and more people can get involved. I do see a lot of Chelsea channels that do these sort of these streams where they got about 5 or 6 different people on there, and it's just waffling away. And I'd much rather, I'll get you guys on, obviously, and I can use a different platform to get sort of 5, 6, 7, 8 of you on at a time. But just have to look at that in the future, maybe. Campero, Jorginho Ballon d'Or, Emerson not so sure. Who'd have thought Jorginho would be up for a Ballon d'Or? Richard, looking at today's team, do you think there'll be a lot of changes next week? It's a good point, Richard. I have to say, and the point with that is that don't forget, players are still not fit. Players are still come back late. Thomas Tuchel spoke yesterday about having 3 different groups in pre-season. You had the group of that come back on day 1 that weren't involved in the Euros. You had the second group that were involved in the Euros but got knocked out or left the Euros early. They come back in. Then you had the ones that were there to the end. So 3 different groups have come in at different times to get involved with the pre-season. And plus, don't forget, also you've got Thiago Silva. Got to the Copa America final. Brazil got beat by Argentina. So he got all the way to the final. So he needs a bit of a rest. But I think, excuse me, you look at our next 5 games coming up. Arsenal, Liverpool, Villa, Tottenham, Man City. I think by Liverpool, you're going to see the full-strength Chelsea team. I think the Arsenal game, based on it being Arsenal and the fact that they're not great at the moment, I think you're going to see a similar 11 to today, but maybe 1 or 2 changes. You might see Reece James for Aspi. You might see Thiago Silva back in. You might see Havertz start rather than Pulisic. But I guess you have to wait and see. You have to wait and see. Thank you, Dogbone. Yes, smash that like button for me, people. Messi, Lukaku is training from Monday. He's had to quarantine. So he's training from Monday and in with the group. And Thomas Tuchel has already said that he'll be on the pitch in some form against the Arsenal next weekend. Paul A, wherever Tammy goes, there'll be a buyback clause. There is. It's reported between 55 and 60 million euros, the buyback clause. And it's nice to see that Chelsea are doing that. If they are going to let him go, it's nice that they've done that. So they've got the option to bring him back. I think you played Tammy over the course of a season, the whole season, and he's going to score you he'll score you 15, 20 goals a season. In Serie A, with a lot more space, a lot more time, hopefully. But, I mean, I'd keep hold of him. Woodshedder, you asked me that before. I didn't actually have the... what's the Belinda Carlisle song for Kai Havertz? What one is it? Is it the is it, oh baby, do you know what that's worth? Is that one, isn't it? I'm sure it's that one. Havertz. It's Heaven is a Place on Earth, but it's probably renamed for Havertz. I didn't hear it. So it was a great reception for him, I have to say. But obviously the biggest roar of the game that I heard was when Chalobah scored his goal. Absolute ecstasy in the Chelsea fans. All the Chelsea players said anyway. Oh yeah, they go, oh Roman, do you know what he's worth? Kai Havertz is the best on earth. Okay, I got it. I was right though with the song. Keep to commentating. I know I'm a little bit Matt and Jeff, and I bit tone deaf when it comes to the old when it comes to singing. That's why I do this. I'm not a singer. If I was a singer, I won't be doing this on YouTube, would I? Let's be honest. I'm getting bants from Richard. Fair play. Alonso, what is a good season this season? We've got Super Cup. What is the minimum expectation? Now, here you go. For everybody left in the chat for the next 11 minutes, let's talk expectations this season. You never realised that, Matt? Beer fridge. Outstanding. Not too bad. It's all good, isn't it? It's all good. So let's talk expectations. So, now, Thomas Tuchel's press conference yesterday, he was keen to reiterate the fact that we only just sneaked fourth last season and we had to rely on a result elsewhere because we were being beat. So we had to rely on a result elsewhere to make sure we finished fourth. So, obviously, Liverpool had an awful season and nicked third above us. We were away from United, distance away from Man City. So he spoke of the fact that top four as a minimum, but he wants us to challenge for the trophy. So bearing in mind the amount of money we spent last summer, bearing in mind the Lukaku signing, let's just round it up to 100 million. You're looking at nearly 400 million we spent in 2 summers. And you look at the depth of this squad now, you look at the ones that have come up from the academy in, and surely now we need to jump. We need to now challenge for the title. But for me, I would take a second place finish. I'd take as a second place finish as the minimum. I think if you finish third or fourth, it's poor. Based on the quality that we got and the fact that you've got Lukaku's goals, we've surely got to be at least second, but hopefully pushing for the title. That's what I think anyway. JJ says win everything. Campero says not convinced by Werner though. Probably Tamer will be a better option as a striker, but we'll see. Keep Alonso, please. He can be decisive. Richard says, guys, what a team we got even when there's rotating, they all gel. Exactly. Batara says about our expectations. He says minimum FA Cup, Club World Cup, League Cup, Premier League champion. Doesn't want too much, does he? He wants another 4 trophies. He wants 5 out of 6. Got a squad to do it. Rotate the squad. Messi has to be top 3, if not second, and bring back the FA Cup and defend Champions League would be nice. Alonso, Super Cup, Club World Cup and Premier League or FA Cup as a minimum. Premier League's got to be one of them though, right? As a given, and then 3 out the other 2. Or 2 out the other 3, I should say. Swampy, how are you? Instead of going for Kundi with Chalobah, we should be looking for a 4th midfielder. I think it's pretty clear. It is pretty clear that Chalobah has impressed everyone. He's impressed the manager first and foremost in pre-season to get a game in pre-season, then get the nod for the Super Cup, and then get a nod today and step up and hit that rocket from 25 yards and score on his debut. And biggest roar on the ground. Brilliant goal. Outstanding performance from him. Royland, how are you? Lukaku up front, it's got to be a Premiership. and the FA Cup for you. So just those two. What about Champions League? Somebody says should have just kept Billy Gilmour. I think the Tuchel's got a bit of a... I think that the Tuchel's got a bit of a thing about Gilmour being too small. Maybe. See how he gets on. I think that's why they're giving him this loan to Norwich. Let's give Gilly Gilmour... What's going on here? Let's give Billy Gilmour... Gilly Gilmour. Hearing me. Let's give Billy Gilmour a whole season in the Premier League and just see how he gets on. Because there's going to be times he gets dominated, I have to say. Swampy, the baby's well, mate. The baby's fantastic. Baby's just short of 3 months old now. For anyone that's watching and not aware, Chelsea won the Champions League on the Saturday night. Sunday night, my wife went into labour. We had the baby early Monday morning. Rice has got COVID, is he? Messi said he was shocked to see Loftus-Cheek wasn't even on the bench. Yeah, that was interesting, wasn't it? There was no actual midfielders on the bench. Just relying on Kovacic and Jorginho. Imran, Loftus-Cheek's got COVID. Has he? I've not seen that anywhere. Interesting. Update for you, 24 minutes gone. Norwich 0, Liverpool 0. Andrew, does Gilmour get a full season in the belt and come back even stronger? Hopefully. Hopefully. Gilly Gilmour. Dear me. Richard, it's on the do's or toes. 7-1. Two little Coke size cans of the Moretti's and then one of them. That's it. Alonso, Billy Gilmour can be like Gattuso. Small but needs to toughen up. And that's why I think he's gone out on loan, Alonso, with Norwich. Let's have a look at the stats for that game. Let's have a look at the stats so far. So Norwich are actually dominating possession, 57% possession compared to 43 for Liverpool. They've had 2 attempts on goal, 2 attempts with 1 on target. Liverpool 3 with 2 on target. But Liverpool's had 4 corners compared to their 1 so far. But Norwich are dominating possession. Interesting. On the Liverpool bench, though, let's be honest, Fabinho, Firmino, Origi, and Konate, the new guy they signed from RB Leipzig. I feel like Gilmour is already good enough to start for us. I think he is, but I just think he's too small at the moment. What do I think about Tino Anjorin? Anjorin's got massive talent. I don't think he's going to get into the first team at the moment. With Lukaku in there, with Werner, with Havertz and all that, I don't think he'll get in, so he'll go out on loan. Give him a couple of seasons, maybe put him out on loan this year, then put him out on loan in the Premier League, and let's see. Gampero, sign off, no problem. I'll be off in 4 minutes as well. So, yeah, have a good evening. I'll see you back here next Sunday for the Arsenal game. Live match commentary, Arsenal versus Chelsea. Hopefully, 6 points from 6. And Lukaku gets his first couple of goals in the Chelsea shirt on his return home. So, guys, 4 minutes to go before I close off this stream. Let me know what you think in the comments. "26 minutes gone. Norwich 0, Liverpool 0. Paul's getting his barbecue on. Fair play to you, mate. See you on the next one. Yeah, we'll do. Stay tuned for a video or 2 in the week. Liverpool's got a chance. Flashing up, they got a chance. I'm not watching the game. Oh, hold on. Richard, I'll see you next Sunday. Messi still thinks Werner will get grips up top, needs more like Vardy. You wait till you see Liverpool scored. It's 1-0. Wait till you see Jamie Vardy's goal for Leicester today. Talk about making the most of a situation. Wait until you see it. Diego Jota has scored. Jota scored for Liverpool. It's 1-0 at Norwich. Richard, thank you very much. I'll see you next Sunday. Imran, once the card comes on, Werner will perform. Exactly. I think it will take the burden off of Werner, and Werner's, the weight will be off his shoulders. Ice cold score prediction for the Arsenal game, 3-0. Hopefully. Alonso give Timo time and trust the manager. Timo knows he needs to improve this season. He does. But he will be fine. Werner will be fine. It'll be good. It'll be good. Yes, that's a bit of a blow. Liverpool 1-0 up at Norwich. Diego Jota. What sign he's been for them. So, just to recap, guys, before I finish this stream. Moving forward on this channel, if there's games not shown on the UK TV, Sky and BT, Chelsea games, there will be this live post-match show straight soon after the game finishes for about an hour or so. Make sure you come and join and get involved. Look out for the link on my community tab that I'll post up during the day. Come and get involved. But I will be back here. The games that are on TV, starting next Sunday, Chelsea versus Arsenal. So make sure you get involved. Come and get involved with the live commentary. Commentary from a Chelsea perspective, which is exactly what we want. So, Messi was good goal from Vardy, but right then, I'll see you Sunday. Off to clean little one's room. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. So let's call it there then. So thank you guys for joining the first of these little live post-match shows after the game's finished on a Saturday. Thank you for joining and getting involved in the chat. Make sure you stay tuned for the next one. Obviously, live commentary next week. So, have a great rest of your weekend. Chelsea win 3-0 against Crystal Palace. Great start to the season. Goals from Marcos Alonso, Christian Pulisic and Trevor Chalobah. An absolute screamer from 25 yards. Still an important 3 points for Chelsea and a completely dominant performance. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys next time. See you then.